Like here on the right, I have the world's #1 selling vehicle, the Tesla Model Y. And no, I don't mean the world's best-selling EV, not the world's best-selling SUV. I mean the #1 vehicle. The Tesla Model Y outsold every single vehicle, gas included. And my first thought is, with the refresh coming out, how could they make this thing any better? And then Tesla decided to reintroduce this. Here we have the refreshed Tesla Model Y for 2026, codenamed Juniper as they call it. But today I'm going to outline some of the major changes between the old Model Y and the refreshed Model Y. But without further ado, let's get started. All right, so the first thing you'll notice difference-wise between the old Model Y and the refresh is a completely redesigned front end. Even though the front on the old one looks fantastic, Tesla decided to go a different route with this one. The first thing you're going to notice is this huge light bar across the front. This is 3 separate pieces, and there's a reason for that. So unlike other vehicles like the Cybertruck, for example, which is just one solid piece, for this one you're going to see the light bar as well as some turn signals, but there's a little bit more magic behind these headlights than you actually know. These actually incorporate matrix headlights, meaning that they're dynamic, so that when you actually turn the wheel at night, the headlights are actually going to turn with you. One change that Tesla decided to incorporate as well is the location of the windshield wiper fluid reservoir. While some of you are thinking, why is that a big deal? Well, let me tell you. In the old Model Y, it was here at the back, so if you were at the front of the vehicle, it would be a little bit more of a hassle to actually have to change and fill your windshield wiper fluid yourself. The one time a year that you have to do it and you have to spend $2.50 on maintenance. Yes, I know that's horrible, but now it's here in the front. And I like that subtle little change that they made. So with the new 2026 Model Y, Tesla decided to include a front camera, even though it isn't used for FSD purposes yet. This also does make this thing a lot easier to park, so you don't have to worry about hitting those curbs. But then we're going to move around to the back. I'm going to show you something very unique that Tesla decided to incorporate as well. One major difference that we're seeing on the back, it's in 2 parts. First is Tesla decided to ditch the T logo in favor of actual Tesla lettering, which overall I like that a lot better, but included there's also a light bar back here, but it's not where you think. First, I thought when I took delivery that the light bar was this entire piece, but no. The light bar itself is actually up here, and it reflects upon this nice panel right here, but it also reflects on the ground, and it just gives it a very mean and a very aggressive look. Something else you'll notice too is the license plate location. On the old Model Y, it's right here in the center of the panel, but actually they decided to move it more towards the bottom, which there's some controversy behind it. A lot of people, they're kind of torn between it, whether they like it or not, just because with it at the bottom, there's a lot of unused real estate. But let me know in the comments, do you like the license plate here or at the bottom? One thing that Tesla incorporated into the new Model Y is cooled seats. Finally, I live somewhere that's extremely hot and I have been begging for cooled seats, and Tesla finally listened. If you're probably wondering, well, how's the comfort level with cooled seats? Well, we're going to talk about that. So this is an argument that, this is the hill I'm ready to die on. The seats in the old Model Y are actually more comfortable than these. Are these seats still comfortable? 100%. These are ridiculously comfortable seats, but they're just not as plush, I guess, as you could say, compared to the old Model Y. One major change as well to the interior of the Model Y is they included a turnstock, which there's been a lot of controversy about this online, but give me a sec. I'm going to tell you that I actually like it. At first, I was very skeptical when I took delivery because I was very adamant on the turn signals just being on the steering wheel like they were on my Cybertruck, but after experiencing the turnstock, I like it. For example, the one few times that I actually drive, if my steering wheel is anywhere than this 10 and 2 position, it's kind of a pain because if I want to activate my turn signal, I got to do some weird finagling to actually make it work. But now if I want to activate my turn signal or if I want to switch lanes with full self-driving, I simply just have to press up or down, and it's as simple as that. One major change that we're seeing on the new Tesla Model Y is a rear screen. Yes, Tesla finally decided to put in a 8-inch rear screen here where you can do everything from you can adjust your fan controls, you can turn on and off your heated seats, because yes, the seats in the rear of the Model Y are only heated. They are not cooled, but there's even more you can do with this screen. You can even stream some of your favorite streaming services from back here. You can also even play games. You can also even connect Bluetooth controllers so that you can play video games from here. So if you if you're a parent, you got some kids, and maybe you want a little bit of peace and quiet, this might be a good option for you. So another interesting change to the Model Y is how you fold down and put your seats back up. So for example, we have the pre-refresh Model Y. So in this one, if I want to fold my seats down, of course, you hold this little button and that brings your seats down. But if I wanted to put them back up, I would actually have to come around here to the passenger side and I would have to manually fold the seat up myself. It's 2025. I don't want to do stuff like that, but we're going to go over to the new Model Y. I'm going to show you how they made this easier on us all. So for example, also the new Model Y does come with a privacy screen, so do keep that in mind. So for the new Model Y, if I want to fold my seats down, with one simple press of a button, your seat is going to fold down, but it gets better. So unlike the old Model Y where I had to come down over here and put them back up, with the simple press of a button again, your seat folds up for you. And in terms of convenience, I like that. It's very easy to do, but wait, there's more. Billy Mays, I hope you're listening. RIP, by the way. So we're gonna come over here, and there's actually another way to put your seats down and put them back up. If you see right here, there's actually a couple of buttons on each side here, and to fold the seats down, simple press of a button, and your seat power folds itself back down. And if I wanna put them up, you simply press the other button again, and your seats fold right back up for you. So overall, that's one change that I'm really excited about. Just something that they just made the #1 selling SUV, or #1 selling vehicle for the matter. They somehow made it better. I like it. One change that we're also seeing to the new Tesla Model Y is the glass roof. Tesla has somehow made the glass roof even more efficient. This new roof actually blocks out 7 times more UV rays and heat than the previous Model Y. While 7 times may not seem like a lot, but if you're somewhere that it's extremely hot, like Vegas, for example, where it gets to 120 plus during the summertime, that actually could mean something to you. Combined with using a glass roof cover, this will actually keep your vehicle a lot cooler. One other contributing factor to the Model Y being so quiet is the materials in the glass. Here on the old Model Y, it's more plastics, where on the new Model Y, it's a lot softer touch materials. Also in terms of the glass, on the old Model Y, you only had thicker glass on the front, whereas the new Model Y, we're seeing this new acoustic glass all throughout the vehicle, making it much quieter. So really, one of the major differences I noticed between at least the old Model Y and the refresh is just the overall handling and characteristics, and also just how silent it is. Because don't get me wrong, the old Model Y is fantastic. You know, I had a 2021. I love that car to death, but man, this overall riding experience is great. Like, you know, we're driving up the mountain as we speak, or I say I'm not driving, FSD is driving me up the mountain right now, and like, it's awesome. I'm just in absolute shock at just how quiet and just how smooth this vehicle is. All right, everyone, that's all I got for you today. Today we discussed the major differences between the old Model Y and the refresh version, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel and haven't subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button below. It helps me and Tuxie out a lot. Tuxie's my dog, by the way. But yeah, hope you enjoy the rest of your day.